Hello, lovely people. You're welcome to my kitchen. Today, I am going to share with you some vegan meat recipes. I'm going to share two with you, and you can choose one, the one you like. And so, one is soft when you fry, it rises, and the other one becomes crispy when you fry. So depending on the recipe or the food you are cooking, you can choose one. Okay, so let's start with our first one, and we are going to make use of instant yeast. This is dry instant yeast. So we are going to activate it with quarter teaspoon of sugar and also warm water. The water is not supposed to be hot. It's supposed to be warm and not cold. If it's hot, it's going to kill the yeast, and if it's cold, it will not activate it. So first, activate our yeast and set it aside. And so you put in your sugar and a teaspoon of the dry yeast. You add it to the water, then you cover for 5 minutes. So that's what you are going to do now. My dear, please, if you are watching me and you have not yet subscribed, please consider subscribing, like this video, and share. We are going to make use of vital wheat gluten. Vital wheat gluten. And we are going to make use of white pepper, all pepper seasoning, and black pepper. We are also going to make use of salt. One thing is, you can decide to make your meat without this seasoning, and when you are going to cook, you add your seasoning to it. But I prefer seasoning them at this stage. It makes it sweet. So we are going to measure two of the 250 ml. This cup is 250 ml. So we are going to measure two of that and use it. And so this method, you can also decide not to use food processor. In an actual sense, the second one we are going to make, we are not going to use any food processor. And so if you don't have food processor or bread making machine, you can just use your hand. We are also going to add our seasoning, and you need a quarter teaspoon of the seasoning. Don't make it too much, just a little will be okay. So just a quarter teaspoon. So I'm adding my white pepper, my all pepper seasoning, and also black pepper, a quarter teaspoon of each of them. Okay, this, you will love it. It tastes so good. I mean, when I use it to cook, I didn't even realize that this is not real meat. It tastes just like meat, actual meat. And so you will not regret giving this a try. So we are going to add salt also to it, a teaspoon of salt solution, and we are going to mix everything together. You don't need to be a vegetarian before you try some of these recipes, at least once a while. Okay, so this yeast has already been activated, and so we are going to add it to the mixture step by step or little by little, and then we'll add extra water, warm water to it. And so that is it. So what you can also do is, you can get the exact quantity of water you are going to use for the mixing, and then use that one for your yeast activation. So I'm going to add water to it because the yeast wasn't enough to mix everything. So make sure you get the exact quantity of water you're going to use for your mixture, and then use it for the yeast activation. Then you don't have to add in extra water again, but all the same, it's not also bad. Okay, and so as I said, you don't need to, you'll be needing this till you get to this point. You realize that everything has mixed very well. It has kneaded very well. Yes, so everything is just, it looks like you've mixed bread, but I'm going to give it a little knead with my hand, just a little. You can, after the machine, you can decide not to do anything with your hand, but I just wanted to give it a little kneading with my hand. Okay, so the next thing we are going to do is, we are going to set this aside for 1 hour. Yes, 1 hour. You don't need to be a vegetarian before you try these things. I am not a vegetarian. but I tried them. So cover it and keep it in a warm place or at a warm place for 1 hour. So 1 hour is up and it has rised. Yes, it has doubled in size. I'm even trying to get the air out and it's not working, so it's okay. So I'll just knead it for like 2 minutes with my hands. Not serious kneading, Bia. Not anything serious, Bia. So yeah, so you see everything well blended, and at this point you are just going to slice them into the shape you want. One thing is with this, when you fry it, it will rise the more. And so if you know you're going to fry it, don't be cutting them very big, just tiny. But one thing is also that the moment you take it out of the oil, it bounces back. It will lose all the air in it and becomes flat. And so if you want, depend on the size you want. Even this, when you put it in the oil, is going to be very big. And so just slice them into the shape that you want. And we are going to fry some of them. We are going to fry them. My oil is already hot and we are frying. With this method of vegan meat preparation, it gives you that kind of soft meat taste. And when you chew it, it's like meat pepper, like cow meat, and you will love every bit of it. So this is it. See, just something small. I put it in the hot oil, and now look at the size now. Even some of them have joined together. And so this is it. And yes, hello. And so this is it. When you take it out of the oil, it reduces and you are going to love every bit of it. Give it a try and you are not going to regret this type of vegan meat. Okay, so we are going to start with the other one, and with this one we are not going to use the machine, we are going to use our hands. So we are using 1 cup of vital wheat gluten. Yes, 1 cup, and we are also using ½ cup of soya chunks powder. So all that you have to do is buy the chunks and then grind them into powder form. We are going to use some salt solution, seasoning, and also all-purpose seasoning. Yes. And so the first thing we are going to do is we are going to mix our things, and we are going to do that with dry yeast. Yes, so some dry yeast, and we also use warm water for it. So we'll pour in our vital wheat gluten, and then we're going to add the powdered chunks to it. We are going to add our seasoning, 1/4 teaspoon of each is okay. And then we are also going to add some white pepper, 1/4 teaspoon is okay. You don't need too much. Okay, we'll add the all-purpose seasoning. Then you mix everything together. Okay, then at this point, after mixing everything together, the next thing we are going to do is we are going to add dry yeast to it. My camera went off, so I didn't know, and I was just working, so I just added the yeast to it and added some warm water to it, and I mixed everything together with my hands very well. Knead it a bit, and I'm going to cover for 30 minutes. You can cover for 1 hour, and that is so okay. Okay, so now 30 minutes is over. We'll take it out, and this one did not rise. This one did not rise, and so this is it. We will knead it with our hands a bit, and because of the soya chunks that I added, you can see some small flakes coming out. Yes, that is because of the soya chunks. And you know, soya chunks, they are hard, and so when you fry this, it gives you some kind of hard texture a bit. It becomes crispy a bit. So this is it, and we are going to steam this. We are going to steam it. So you can use your rice cooker to do this, or if you had a steamer you can use it, but I'm going to do this on a stove top. So I have my hot water on fire, and I have my rack in. I'm going to put this my pan on it, and I'll place the meat in on it or in it and cover it and allow it to cook for 1 hour. But I'll be turning it consistently to the other side. So it is done now. Yes, well cooked, but it's hot. You need to let it cool down before you can start working on them. But I'm going to work on them, and I call this shredded chicken. So just be shredding it with your hands, just this way. It's still hot. Just be shredding it with your hands. You can also decide to slice some. So let's I'm shredding them. Please, if you are watching me and you have not yet subscribed, please consider subscribing and give this a try. You will not regret. Share this video, leave a comment, let me know how it works. Let me know how you see this video, if it's being helpful or not. And also, if you have any other recipe you can share with me. Maybe you are a vegetarian watching me and you also have a way of preparing your vegan meats. Please share with me and I'll be very much grateful. And so this is it. In an actual sense, you can also use nutritional yeast. But if you don't have nutritional yeast, that is when you can go for the dry yeast. It also works perfectly. Okay, so you can also decide to slice some of them, and that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to slice some of them into the sizes and the shapes that you want. This one doesn't come with any specific instruction or rule, just to do it the way you want. Okay, and so please help me grow this channel by subscribing. It's very important. Like, share, leave a comment. Okay, and what you're going to do is we are going to fry some, then you will see the difference I was talking about. Okay, yeah, so this is our meat, another method of preparing vegan meat, vegetarian meat. It's nice. Oil nice pan. So give it a try and you will not regret it at all. And if you are here and you want to lose weight, I have a recipe on the channel. I have more recipes for weight loss. Just watch them and be practicing them. And so we are frying this one also, so you will see the difference between the two of them. Okay. Okay, so my dear, I have flat tummy water there. I'll leave the link for you. I have a challenge, weight loss challenge on the channel from 1 to 30. That is 30 days. So you can watch them and start practicing, and that is purely keto. So just try them and you will definitely get your results. So we are frying this. It's almost done, and we are going to take it out of the oil very soon. And so you see, this one didn't rise. Yes, it's just as it is. So you can go for this method. Any of them is good. But let me be sincere with you. I prefer the other one, the first one. Yeah, so this is it. Vegan meat. Give this a try and you will not regret it at all. The first one, oh my goodness, I love it. It tastes like a punchinam. Maybe because I like goat meat and cow meat, that is why I'm so much in love with this one. And so give any of them a try and you are going to enjoy every bit of it. Thanks so much for watching. If you have not yet subscribed, consider subscribing, like and share the video. Bye bye.